Highas and higher healing vibrations, Cosmic Cat here. Let's read our affirmations for the inner child. We are here today to honor our inner child, to connect with our inner child on a daily basis. Let's get in the routine of placing our hands on our womb, our belly, the upper and lower abdomen, and checking in with our inner child in the morning. So when you first wake up, you just gently place your hands there. You breathe deeply in, feeling your stomach expand, and you exhale completely, making sure your stomach deflates as much as possible so that you can let go of any stagnant energy holding in your centers, in your spaces, the knots in your shoulders, and relax. And just say, "Hi, inner child. Good morning. How are you today? Do you need anything? Can I get you anything?" And just start to create a daily communication with your inner child. All right, it's August 13th. Let's see. Okay, and here we are. It is about identity. I play many roles, and my identity is congruent. As a child, I didn't like pretending to be someone else, nor did I want my friends to be anything other than who they were. I was scared by all the masks. Would I know my friends behind their masks? Would they know me? As an adult, I now understand that we all wear masks sometimes. We have a social mask, a work mask, a school mask, a child mask, a parent mask. Yet underneath these masks is our real face, the face that never changes. When I observe myself taking off one mask and putting on another, it reminds me of the way I change clothes for different occasions. I wear my masks comfortably, knowing it is me who speaks through them, always mindful of the real person underneath my mask. I am not frightened of the social mask of others. Identity. This is really it's nice that this came up, identity and masks, because it has been the way of the world the entire time. However, this is completely shifting for everyone. More and more people are really yearning for transparency. I know before I even went through my spiritual awakening, I literally was calling transparency. I was being called. Let me rephrase this. I just instantly, I don't even realize that this is like communication from higher realms coming down to me, channeling through me with a mediumship, encouraging me to have transparency in everything I do, which means this is someone that I feel it's energy like Maya Angelou, someone who is always going to be in their truth and stand in their truth no matter who they are speaking with, whether they are speaking with their child, speaking with a friend, speaking with a community in a group conversation. It's like someone down to earth that's able to uh, you know uh, just be real, be honest, open, real, truthful, and also not try to control anyone else's lives or thoughts or bring into sight any kind of guilt or shame. It's just a space of where you feel safe in their presence, because you know that they are not there to harm you in any way, shape, or form. And oftentimes we put masks on before going outside or with other people for different reasons, for the illusions we've created in our mind. We put masks on because we want to cover up and not let others see our true self. However, if you look into the mirror every day, that is a portal. And if you look into the mirror long enough, your eyes will go into depth, into behind the eyes, into the depths, kind of like being in the ocean. And it will really captivate you, grab a hold of you, and could even send you into your subconscious mind. Um, But this is changing. And do you feel the change? I'd love to know your feeling on this. Wearing masks. I mean, sure, many people will still be wearing masks because many people, you know, it's been said by more than one philosopher, mystic, uh, doctor, hypnotherapist. Edgar Cayce and Dolores Cannon are two that stick out in my mind that definitely years, decades ago, had spoke about a shift in Earth, and Earth actually turning into like a parallel world, which means a division of one world to the next. It will still mimic and look exactly the same as this Earth, but those denser energy souls that, stay with the masks, and even though they're getting that tap on the shoulder by spirit, or that download that they're blocking from spirit, like, what is that, thinking they're going crazy, because years ago that's exactly what happened, right? I mean, even centuries ago, even in ancient times, when women were connected to the earth on a deep level and knew about plants and knew how some plants were toxic and would kill, other plants were beneficial and helpful. It's like the curiosity of others not knowing where they got that information, and also being males, intimidated by females feeling as though they're smarter than them. I mean, them too. Uh, that was a different time, and yet that was also a time where it was just it. There weren't many masks to be worn. There was protection to put on, but when you're protecting yourself and your energy, that's you protecting yourself and energy. That's you sitting in a cleanse or around your aura, like you have this, almost like you built a cloak around yourself and your aura so that any other energy cannot get in. That is up to you, and for you to have and hold and know that that's present for you, not to externally seek it or externally feel like, or point the finger that as if someone else is to blame for a thought that you hold in your mind. I hope that makes sense. But roles, playing a role, like this says right here, I was scared by all the masks, scared of their own mask, scared of other people's masks. And sure, I mean, for one thing, that shows that you can't really be, there's no authenticity when you're continuously putting masks on. There's just not. The authenticity, the transparency, the truth, the raw truth is gone when we wear those masks. Maybe you still need masks in your life. One example that I can think of at the top of my head is being not popular, well known, like an actor, an actress, a musician, a band group that, like, if you go out in public like that, paparazzi, any kind of royalty, that is a mask. Like that is like where society has almost placed you into the spot. Now you definitely had something to do with this. The story was written way long before you got here. However, you have the capability to, and those masks are literally mask of your appearance, because you don't want others to recognize you, because you don't know if they're gonna try to squeeze the life out of you because they're so excited and they love everything you do and you speak of or who you represent, or if it's because, no, not that one. Okay. Or if it's because the energy, like, it is energy. We cannot deny that it is definitely energy at play. All right, let's see what we have. So what masks do you wear? Ask yourself what masks you wear. I mean, there is a difference of going into a room and having a different energy, because everyone has different energy, and also spaces. Depending upon how the space has been used, how the environment is held, respected, honored, cleansed, then that also depends on how your body center and your energy is going to respond to it or feel it in the presence of it. So, I mean, sure, it's a huge difference to walk into a library versus a music concert. Yeah? Yeah. And I just want to make sure that you understand that that isn't necessarily a mask, that that is an energy difference. Knowing that, you know, a library is quiet and most people are studying or learning, whereas a music concert is going to be loud and a lot of activity. You know, libraries, people are sitting down reading books and learning things, making notes, sitting at a desk or table. A music concert, there's no desks, tables, typically not books either. There's a lot of dancing, movement. They're working out energy in their body. Their soul is being activated by the ripple waves of the sound frequencies that come from the guitar, that come from the drums, the flute, the saxophone, the horn section, whatever this is, the keyboards, bass, violin, banjo. There's so many different instruments. But yeah, they're moving at that. And whenever you move into those spaces, you can feel the difference in the shift. It's a huge shift. It's like night and day, isn't it? So, but you're being asked to more so get in touch with your inner child and start to filter and work through some of those masks, okay? And figure out why you're wearing the mask and when you wear it. All right, let's see what we have here. Cut your cords. Archangel Michael is asking you to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships that is freeing you from destructive patterns. Cut your cords. Do a cord cutting ceremony. Look this up. You can do a guided one if you've never done one before, or you can simply just do this cut your cords yourself. And cutting your cords is cutting any toxic cord in your life. Sometimes sometimes you cut cords with others because you are removing them. Maybe there's been a breakup or a divorce and you're wanting to cut those cords so that their energy goes back to them and your energy comes back to you and it's clean, okay? Perhaps maybe you want to cut cords with your child. And actually you can do this, and it doesn't mean your child's going to leave your life forever, but you're cutting toxic cords. Perhaps your relationship with your child hasn't always been healthy or great, and you want to cut those toxic cords that are between you two so that you can regrow healthy cords. You know, some people actually cut cords every day. At the end of every day, they cut cords with everyone, and they have big families. I mean, this is like a family of 5, and the dad's like, okay, I need to go to bed now. I'm going to do my cord cutting ceremony, and literally cuts every cord because they want to start their next day fresh and new. So again, cord cutting ceremony, take it as you wish. Meditate upon how it works best for you, but know that this cord cutting ceremony is intended for you to have a compassionate, open, balanced heart space. Okay, so this is no ill wishes. Remember, what you put out, you get back. So if you're putting out there toxicity while you're trying to clear toxicity, you're going to get double the toxicity back to you, okay? Keep that in mind. Let's move on and see what we have here. The World. Yeah. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Yes. And look, you have your hand on your heart right here. Your heart has its seasons, its beaches, and thoughts of its own. That is Eyes of the World by Grateful Dead. If you'd like to listen to that song, I think that it really resonates for this entire reading today about masks and about realizing your value, self-worth in this world, and also knowing that others exist. So holding a little bit of space for others and opportunities. More freeing without a mask in the world energy. But you're completing this cycle. Cut the cord. You're going to cut those cords. And you have this, this Four of Cups energy is like a lack. You feel there's a lack of something in your life. And so perhaps what's lacking in your life is that loving balance with your inner child and the ability of not feeling, having the strength to take the masks off. The strength to have your identity. Who are you really? Who are you really? What is your identity? Are you an actor and play many roles in the world? Or do you really more embrace like that Maya Angelou, Martin Luther King, speaker, activist type of poet that just can say a few words and just send ripples throughout someone's entire aura and body and space? You know? Are you, someone here is comparing themselves to someone's, and Spirit's asking you to stop doing that. And this is something embedded in you with your siblings from growing up. So it's always been, it's something that you have always tried to work with, and well, you've always tried to escape or make a big part of your life because it would just happen. I mean, it may not even been something you created. It may have just been something that you were born into. 8 or 9 years old, you've already learned, okay, well, I got to do better than my brother. I got to do better than my sister. You know, you think you're better than me, you know, kind of thing. It can be very interesting to be in an environment with your family if you're the one that is defiant and failing your school class because you don't care. You don't care about your grades. You don't care about being in school. You hate school, and you have zero respect for everyone in the world. Versus your sibling who is the complete opposite, like night and day, strives for success, loves going to school, loves to learn, wants to do well, and do what's best because the parents, the teachers, the ones you look up to teach you this and show you and want you to do that. And then so you all have the straight A's while your sibling is failing everything, and this can create a lot of chaos and tension in the environment. Okay, unless there is compassion and understanding and knowing your identity, not masking who you are, not hiding from failing in school. You know why you fail in school, because your energy isn't in school, because your mind isn't in school. You know you're deeply intelligent, but unfortunately your ego tells you that you know everything, and so therefore you don't listen to anyone. You know, that type of energy. So this is like focusing on emptiness, focusing on depression, focusing on those toxic cords instead of cutting them. Yeah, and this 5 of Wands energy here, everyone in your work group or family has their own idea, and no one is wanting to cooperate, to work together with the idea as a group. Maybe this is when you put masks on, when there's conflict, and you put the mask on to just cover it up so that you don't have to deal with it or put your vulnerability out there to others, But this is actually really asking you to do that. Again, these toxic, we talked about cutting the cords and toxicity, your identity. Just by looking at this spread, from what I can see, and I mean, there's a lot of energies around right now, but this is a total completeness. This is you understanding you've already been on your journey from the full to the world. You have overcome everything already once before. Spirit, in an essence and in a way with the world card, is asking you to remember who you are. To also learn how you can transform instead of just immediately blocking yourself by saying, I can't transform. And this is like dreams. A lot of times Spirit tries to reach us in our dreams when we're sleeping. So if you're having dreams, you're being asked to get a dream journal and a pen and keep it by your bed, specifically for dreams only. And when you wake up in the morning, the very first thing you write down is, if you don't remember your dream, you write down, I remember my dreams. Because by saying, I don't ever remember my dreams, and constantly throwing that out there into the world and the universe, that is what you keep manifesting back to you. But if you throw out there to the universe, I remember my dreams, I remember my dreams. Not I will or I am going to. No, you have to be powerful. Call upon your inner child, your inner dragon, for those of you who have one of those, to help you have that willpower and be empowered to say this to yourself, to write it down and believe, I remember my dreams. Just try it. But some of you here have vivid dreams and you keep getting messages from Spirit and you're not listening, and they're really wanting you to listen. It is completely up to you. You have free will. You may call upon them for help and guidance and support, but there comes a time when your ego is going to have to get in the back seat so that your vulnerability can provide the strength that's required for you in these instances. Having an open, compassionate, balanced heart chakra, speaking your truth in a compassionate, loving way to others, learning how to be a part of a conflict, argument, disagreement, and learning how to really accept the assured success that's coming to you by doing this, by accomplishing your own, a lot of this is like an illusion, or you chose to stare at emptiness. You chose to be sad. You are making a choice of this. Spirit keeps trying to reach you and hold this divine cup out for you to grab a hold of. You place one hand on this cup and immediately all of this falls away. And this turns into others working together because you have the power to do this. Yeah, your identity. Do you know who you are? Are you close with your inner child? Were you close at one time with your inner child, but now she's really hidden deeper, deep down and hard to reach? How are you with conflict? Are you that person that's able to simmer down a potential heightened conflict where feelings and emotions rise? Ask yourself, remember to do that cord cutting ceremony, and check out the birthday reading if this resonates for you, if you're feeling any sort of, like maybe you're wanting to garden, or you've been feeling a lot of Mother Earth and Gaia around you. There's also some, there was indecisiveness that came through in the birthday reading if you'd like to check that out. And there's also 3 other separate short readings I do every day, because Spirit has guided me to do this to help the collective, to help myself, to help us all in this world that is ever changing daily. on a daily basis. And that's an angel number, because numerology is extremely important. It's also binary numbers. 0101 is how computers were even invented and what they solely rely upon. Isn't that fascinating? I mean, we have sacred geometry. So also pull an angel card every day. There are guides that come to us and want to help us with certain things, and sometimes maybe we don't know who they are. So the angel card angel card of the day may help you, the number, and an animal spirit. Yeah, animal spirit as well, because they come to us too at different times. I saw a praying mantis a couple of days ago on a late bone set, which is a wonderful plant medicine that is a volunteer. I didn't even know I had. So it was like a double win. I get so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's a praying mantis. And oh my God, it's on my late bone set. How do I have late bone set? Thank you, birds. So it's just things like that, and being able to recognize small things too, small wins, instead of focusing and being negative mindset and having pessimism rule your life. Try to switch that and shift to this world, back to the world card of having your power, being successful, setting a goal and reaching the finish line with it. Have a cosmic day, and tonight, meow.